Hello, this is Andy Kelly from CVG, and this is a video guide to surviving your first night in Minecraft on Xbox. The game has a tutorial which is new to the Xbox version, but it doesn't really prepare you for the dangers that await when you play survival mode. So first thing you want to do is set up your world. On peaceful difficulty there won't be any enemies, so you want to go for easy and upwards. Even on easy, it's still a fairly dangerous game, so you might want to think twice about putting it on hard. Look at the area that the game has spawned you in. You want to be nearby a lot of trees and ideally some stone, which is pretty much everywhere in the forest biome. So yeah, you want to basically punch a tree to death and pick up the wood that it drops. Wood and stone are your base materials for pretty much everything. So each chunk of barky natural wood you pick up can then be turned into wooden planks, which is one of the easiest to obtain building materials. So the first thing you want to do is find a place to build your first shelter, because if you don't know, at night time enemies come out and you need to be away from them and ideally near a light source. So now that you've crafted some wooden boards, you want to create a crafting table and stick it down somewhere near where you're going to be building your first house. In the crafting table you can make tools, so you're going to need a pickaxe for mining stone and an axe for chopping wood a lot faster than merely punching the trees, which takes a lot longer. So yeah, continue mining wood, get a nice pile of it. You're going to need a decent amount for your first shelter. Now your shelter can be as basic or as complicated as you like. Since time is of the essence, the sun is rapidly dropping behind the horizon, you want to build a sort of basic wooden shack. You could alternatively just dig a hole in the side of a mountain or in the ground and hide in there, but you know, you've got a bit of time, you might as well try and make something fairly reasonable looking. When you're building your structures, it's always good to leave a space to put a door, which you can build at the crafting table. We'll see later, and you can get in and out of your place without having to bash a hole in the wall every time, and also it keeps monsters out, importantly. So now your shelter's ready. The next thing you need is a furnace. So look anywhere nearby or dig into the ground, you always find some stone. Use your pickaxe to mine a few chunks of that, not too much. You need, I believe it's 7 blocks for a furnace, so don't dig too deep into the earth, because also enemies can spawn anywhere that there's darkness, even during the day. So if you stumble into a cave, chances are a creeper or a zombie might pop out unexpectedly and kill you. So now you want to go back to your crafting table and use the stone you've gathered to make a furnace. In the furnace you can use wood as a fuel, or you can use coal, but now, because you've not done much mining on the ground, it's best to use wood. So in the furnace, wooden boards are the fuel, and if you burn normal wood as an unprocessed, you will make charcoal. And by combining charcoal with sticks, which you make from wooden boards, you can have torches. And it's best to surround your sort of home base with as many torches as you can, both indoors and out, because enemies won't go near it. And also, if you stray too far away and get lost, you'll be able to see the sort of twinkling lights in the distance. Now, a good idea on the first night, although it's not always available, is to get some wool by punching sheep. Most things in this game are achieved by punching. when you punch a sheep, it doesn't die, but it drops wool blocks. And if you get 3 of them and combine it with 3 wooden boards, you can make a bed. Beds, when you build it, it becomes the new spawn point as opposed to where you began the level. And also you can bypass the whole nighttime period, which is useful if you're in the middle of building something and you can't be bothered waiting for all the monsters to disappear. Here there weren't enough sheep around to get enough wool for a bed, so I had to make do with that. So now the sun is basically setting and darkness is about to consume the world, which means it's going to get dangerous real fast. So as soon as you see the sky begin to darken, just drop everything and sprint back to your cabin. Now what you do in this time period, I mean, if you had a bed you could skip it, but we don't here, so you're going to have to pass the time somehow. You can't go outside, so what I usually do is I create a little mineshaft inside the house. So then, while you're waiting for the sun to rise, you could be mining tons of stone to build something, like, you know, build stuff the next day when the sun's back up. It's also worth breaking down your crafting table and furnace and taking them indoors, because trips outside aren't an option when the creepers are about. Now when you're mining beneath your house, if you're passing time during the night, just keep planting torches frequently, because as I said earlier, in the darkness enemies will spawn, and if you get trapped down here with a zombie, you don't have a sword and you will likely die. And if it's a creeper, it will probably blow a massive hole in the side of your house, so keep planting torches whenever you dig deeper into the ground. So now it's daytime, we got through the night. Sometimes enemies will still be lingering, but they catch fire as the sun hits them and die. But you still have to be careful. And I guess what you do next is up to you. Surviving the first night and creating like a base of operations is basically the most important thing. And then what you do next is your choice. The game's really open-ended. You can do what you like.